So now I'm starting to talk about 50% on what I can demonstrate in object-oriented programming. Okay. So let me start with Visual Studio Code. Okay. And all of you seeing my Visual Studio Code?
Yes.
Yeah, okay. So let me, I am admitting also who is joining us now. So let me say, if I write I is equal to 1, so Python automatically can discover that I is an int. But if I write x is to be 6.5, the same things, Python will automatically know that this is a float. Now, if I write p equal, sorry, if I write L equal 1, 2, 3, it's never mind, okay? So this is a data type, which now I'm not going to explain it. This is an array or a list. Now Python knows this data type, but if I decided now to write P is person, sorry, P is person. Now I will get an error. This code will not be running because the person is not defined. So why in particular I choose person? So in most of object-oriented programming approach, we need to define what we called a new data type, a data type. A data type is a simple way to display data that has several methods, to represent data with several methods. So let us say that the integer data type is known by Python, so on the float. But if I am trying now to work directly with person, there is no person. So there is no person data type in Python. And the way that we can build this data type, okay, is by implementing a class in Python. And in most cases, we use classes in Python in order to define a new data type. So please follow my video, this video on my channel, while I am explaining about object-oriented programming. I choose this topic to explain why I am coding. In the next day, when I diving more in object-oriented programming, so you will get more materials in these topics. Okay, so let me start copying this class, and let's see what we can do. So as you can see here, I don't need the random now. Okay, as you can see here, writing class in Python, okay, start with the reserved word which is called the class, and I can assign a name for a class. Let's say point 2D. This is a point. This is a data type that will represent point, which has two properties, X and Y. So let me start coding the class 2 based on what you see here. So class, no, sorry, I wanted to copy. So class 2 is equal to, okay, so let me start coding the class. So class 2 is equal to, okay, so other, yes, this. So this is a class person, okay? And the class person, okay, will represent, class person will represent every person who have a name and an ID number, okay? At the same time, I can represent a class point for every point that will consist in two properties, X and Y. So how can I do that? So in Java or in other programming language, I start coding properties. Here, I define what we call an instructor. And this instructor is responsible for building this an object of type point2D, or in the above case, an object of type person. So now, as you can see here, we start by self. So let us ignore now explaining self, but let me say that this class point2D will be having two properties, X and Y. Now, what I can do, I can say self dot X equal the point X, and self dot Y is equal to Y. Now, for each one who is new to the programming language, he can say, Joseph, what you are trying to explain now, it is not clear. Yes, it is not clear because just the first simple instruction that I need to write so that you can understand. So let me say now that I want to build an object from point2D. So how can I do that? I can write P1, I can write P1 equal to point2D, okay? And then I can pass two values. Let's say 5 and 8. I can define another variable of type point. Let's say point2D, and will contains other point of 8 and 9. So as you can see here, a class is a way to build object. This is the class that represent two properties. Now, how I can understand that in this class there is two properties with the special, okay, constructor, we call it in Python. It is a method that in other language called a constructor that will take several arguments. Now, one of that arguments, okay, it's called self. Now I'm going to explain it. This is this argument, as you can see, this parameter, as you can see, I haven't included here, and I will not include it here. Why? Because this instruction, P1, in Python, in order to Python to discover it, he understand it as this point2D. Please follow me. Python understand it in this way, point2D, and he passes P1 and 5, 8. In this way, Python will understand this instruction. Okay, so now P1 is the reference of